You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/theclockcleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be recapping SmackDown Live from August 22nd.
Yes. So this was an interesting show.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was definitely different than your normal SmackDown, I guess.
Yeah, there was a lot of backstage stuff. And I don't know if that's different than normal or if we just noticed or it felt different than normal. I don't know. Also, there was a couple of debuts tonight, which was a little bit on the surprising side.
There was 8 backstage segments.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's, 4 matches?
Yeah, something like that.
So,
gotta be in that vicinity.
yeah. So, the show opens with AJ Styles coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he's reinstating the Open Challenge.
Yep.
And I'm sure not many people surprised,
No.
Kevin Owens comes out.
Not at all.
Saying that he didn't really lose. Shane screwed him just like 20 years ago.
Yep. And then Shane came out and said that AJ had won fair and square.
Mm-hmm.
And Owens had come to, I guess, this with the information he needed to prove his point.
Oh, with the video of him actually counting to 3,
Yeah.
even though AJ's foot was on the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and he said the referee last week or 2 weeks ago, was that? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, right? Had his the count stand when he made the mistake.
even though Owens' shoulders were clearly off the mat.
Mm-hmm. So he wanted to know why Shane's 3 count at SummerSlam didn't count.
It's because it's the referee's call.
It's true.
Shane changed his mind immediately, so it stands.
Exactly.
So, but
Then
it's just an excuse or a vehicle to get to some kind of feud between him and Shane.
Absolutely.
So
AJ called Owens a whiny bitch and told him to shut up.
that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
he said he'll beat him again tonight. And then Shane makes the match. And Owens says, whoa, whoa, whoa. We saw what happened Sunday when you were the referee and what happened a couple weeks ago. I get to pick the referee tonight.
which that's pretty much what was going on for the rest of the show with Owens. But yeah, he says that he wants to pick the referee, and then Shane tells him in response that this is going to be your last shot while AJ is champion.
Yes.
So that means that
This is it.
no matter what, but if Owens loses even with his own referee, he's done.
Yep.
Or at least for now.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks from later, whoever AJ's feuding with is going to get hurt, and this can be Owens again.
Yeah. So up next, we had Daniel Bryan backstage, and the Singh brothers enter, and then they introduce Jinder, and he comes in as well.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, the fact that they have to come into the room and then introduce
Well,
him.
to be fair, this included them, so.
Well, yeah.
But most times, yes, I understand.
It seems a little unnecessary.
Yeah. And Jinder basically says that he is the unstoppable champion. And Daniel Bryan says, well, if it wasn't for your little buddies here, you probably would have lost that title on Sunday.
It's true.
And then Jinder's like, well, it says in my contract that I don't have to give anybody a rematch. Or whatever he said. It was something like that.
Well, because Daniel
wasn't-
Bryan said something about Shinsuke getting his retribution. And then that's when Jinder said that I don't have to give any rematches. And then Daniel Bryan said that Shinsuke is not going to face you. He's going to face them, referring to the Singh brothers.
Yes.
So they made that match a handicap match for later on in the night.
Yeah. So up next we had Kevin Owens walking backstage, apparently looking for Sami Zayn.
Which is weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it would make sense if this was like a shoot thing, but they're enemies on TV,
So, Owens goes and talks about their history together and says that he's the only one that could referee the match because through, I guess, thick and thin, he's always, I don't know.
He knows that Sammy would call it down the middle.
Yeah, basically.
So,
And then Owens says, anyway, since you've been on SmackDown, it's not like you've been doing anything anyway. This would actually give you something to do that would count.
yeah.
So it was kind of, I don't know if that was like a shoot almost.
Well, it's more
They're
of
still
him
best
picking
friends
on
in
him.
real
Yeah.
life. But I mean,
It was a joke.
Yeah, but I mean, that could just be, something said to the writers like.
No, that was probably just him joking with his buddy.
I guess.
That would make more sense to me.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, but yeah. So Sammy's thinking about it
Mhm.
at this point, at least. So up next, they cut to the ring, completely black for a few seconds, and then we realize, oh yeah, it's Aiden English.
Yep.
So he calls for the spotlight. He starts singing.
Doing his normal nonsense.
Yeah, and then he gets interrupted by the debuting Bobby Roode.
Yes, Mr. Glorious.
Yeah, so now SmackDown is going to be glorious from here on out.
Pretty
So,
much.
yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bobby Roode is a good presence, and I think SmackDown is probably a better home for him than Raw.
Oh, definitely. And it seems like he's being booked as a face right now.
Either that or a tweener, because like he's still arrogant, like he was in NXT, but he's.
But I mean,
Didn't
AJ's kind of the same way.
Yeah,
He's still got that, those tendencies to him.
but
And it works better that way. It gives the character more depth. They're not just your typical stupid baby faces.
yeah, and the fact that he faced English, who's clearly a heel, and he didn't really do anything heel like so.
Not really. I mean, again, like you said. So anyway, Bobby Roode wins with a glorious DDT. Surprisingly, this match went a little longer than expected.
Yeah,
Considering he was an NXT champion, and we've seen how some of the NXT champions have been
booked.
held to a higher regard on the
Yeah,
show.
but I think this was more of the placement where it was.
Yeah.
So they had to keep the match going during
Oh,
the
yeah,
commercial
no,
break, so
absolutely.
they decided to make it a little longer.
Yeah. But after the match, Renee came in the ring and interviewed him, and this is what I was saying, that, what he had said was kind of, it had a little bit of a heel tendency. It was just, like you said, arrogant. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically said that everything he touches and does is box office, which...
I was actually hoping that he was going to say everything he touches turns to gold, and then Shattered Dreams Productions comes up on Titantron, and this is what Goldust
Bobby.
was talking about.
Been studying you for a while.
That's what I was hoping. But
That would've been amazing.
That obviously didn't happen.
That would have been awesome. I would have been all for that.
Yeah. So, but whatever.
Still not as good as R-Truth
And
and Elias.
it still could happen though. You never know.
It's true. We still never figured out what Goldust was talking about at SummerSlam.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, we have another backstage segment. Surprise. Daniel Bryan is in the back talking to Chad Gable, apologizing for taking his partner away. But he said, "Don't worry, we didn't just send Jason Jordan. It was a trade, not like a giveaway."
Right.
Where Kurt Angle helped sign one of his old friends, who turned out to be Shelton Benjamin.
Yep.
And Shelton Benjamin apparently is going to be Chad Gable's new tag team partner.
Yeah, that's...
Despite the fact that it really didn't seem like Shelton was that interested in it.
Chad Gable was very happy.
He was
though.
very interested. So it kind of looks like what they're doing is the beginning of American Alpha, when Chad Gable was really excited to team with Jason Jordan, and Jason Jordan wanted nothing to do with him.
Yeah. Because what was
Ready, Willing, and Gable.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess they're doing the same thing, just with Shelton instead.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And they're gonna have a match next week against who? We don't know yet.
Nope.
So.
Lots of question marks. Well, more so because there's not many heel tag teams.
That has a lot to do with it. I'm guessing it's going to be the Ascension.
Yeah.
It seems like the best guess.
That makes sense. So up next, we have Owens walking around backstage with a referee's shirt in his hand, and he comes up to Sammy again, and he's like, "Here, take it." And Sammy's like, "I've been thinking about all the bad things that you've done to me," and basically says, "I'm not doing this," and throws the shirt in Owens' face.
Yep.
So he was not very happy about that.
Nope. But, not a surprise,
No.
with all the crap that Sammy's got to put up with.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, technically, he was on TV this week.
It's true.
So something did come out of it for Sammy.
All right. So up next, we had the Hype Bros versus the Usos.
Yeah.
So.
Nobody was hyped during this match.
Yeah, not really. It wasn't bad.
No. This was another commercial break match, right? Or did they...
No. I don't think so.
No,
I
so
think
it was
they
the
only
women's match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, it's normal. Hype Bros trying to do their hype stuff, and
Yeah.
the Usos winning.
Mojo came out like a bat out of hell
Well,
as
yes,
usual.
that's what he does. But yeah, the Usos ended up picking up the win with, what do they call it?
Yeah, it was just a super kick. That's all he hit him with.
But no, so what they call it? They called it something else.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
It was something. It was like
Yeah, because
the double ooze or something like that.
Yeah, but it was only one of them.
Yeah, but JBL's a moron.
I know.
But
Why are you
anyway,
trying to back it up.
but yeah, it was just a super kick like they usually win with, and their numbers game because they isolate one of the other guys.
That's typical heel tag team wrestling.
Yeah, but it was Zack Ryder who took the pin.
Not a surprise
so
there.
you keep on saying that you think that there's going to be a heel turn with the Hype Bros.
It's going to happen.
But they would need to actually be a prominent thing.
No, when was the last time we saw them before this?
Exactly. So
that whole thing with Breezango?
Yeah, so I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, very good.
But yeah. So up next we had that handicap match that was made earlier in the night.
Shinsuke versus the Singh brothers.
Yeah. So
this was pretty much a squash match. I mean, Jinder was able to get involved a little bit.
Well, he distracted Shinsuke.
Yeah. So the Singh brothers got the upper hand for a little bit, but it didn't take much.
Nah. Well, he ended up making one of them.
He had the triangle choke hold on.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He was on the top rope, and then he jumped on whoever it was, and he put the choke on, and he tapped out pretty much immediately.
Yeah, it was very quick. And at this point, Jinder got up on the apron and came in the ring and went after Shinsuke, and then Shinsuke got the upper hand and hit a Kinshasa, and that was that.
Mm-hmm.
So this feud is not over.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, we weren't really surprised.
There was only a 2-week build of it before SummerSlam.
Yeah, it was just kind of thrown together.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's fine.
It was started with him trying to kill John Cena.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
But, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it just kind of goes back to what you were talking about with the Universal Champion and the World Champion.
Yeah, just because Jinder's on TV every week certainly doesn't mean he's a more legitimate champion.
Yeah.
So even if people don't like Brock Lesnar, like I'm not a huge fan, I know you're not either.
Yeah.
But at least he feels like a champion.
Right.
So,
no, yeah, absolutely.
And
this isn't booked in the middle of the card,
Yeah, exactly.
A throwaway. The U.S. title, again, main evented the show.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like with the legitimacy, the fact that they booked Brock Lesnar so strong that he was able to take all that offense from Strowman and then still come back and win the match on Sunday. So
That is true.
You never get that from Jinder. You get the feeling that he can't win a match without help. So.
All right, so up next we had another backstage segment with Owens still walking around with the referee's shirt.
Yep.
So he comes up to Breezango, and I think they say, "Hold, freeze," and one of them was holding the water pistol, and they say they're off duty this week, but they'll be sexy zebras.
Oh yeah, well no, they said that they could be sexy.
They could be sexy, right? Yes, and they were also wearing rompers.
Yes, the like floral pattern rompers.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
And then so Owens is like, "No!" and tells him to get lost. So Corbin walks up and says, "I'll be your referee as long as I get the first title shot," which Owens agrees with and gives him the shirt.
Yeah.
So, yep.
All right. So up next, they announce or they introduce Natalya, the new women's champion.
Yeah, this was kind of what they did on Raw with Sasha.
Well, except for she had a match later on.
Right.
Well, not later on, but
right after,
I guess right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes in and says that she's going to be a real champion and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And
tells Naomi to wipe those tears away so she can take a look at what a real champion looks like.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's been like over 2,000 days since
Naomi's last title.
Natalya's last
it.
title win. It was like in 2010, and they put it like in her SmackDown entrance graphic, which was kind of funny.
A little bit.
It's like, yeah, I get that it's like a big deal that she won a championship again, but that's a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway,
while
Natalya's talking, Carmella comes out with James Ellsworth, and they basically say that you're on watch now, and I could be coming for you at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ellsworth kind of spoils Carmella's plan and says that I could not tag in, and you can get beat up by these two, and she'll cash in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Carmella tells him to shut up. It's like, don't tell her that.
Yep. So then we got underway with the women's tag match of the team of Natalya and Carmella versus Naomi and Becky.
Which is still strange, but whatever.
Yeah, like we said, it's the women's division on SmackDown. It's just a mystery to everybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Carmella made Natalya spend most of the match
Mhm.
inside the ring.
Yeah, I think Natalya went to tag Carmella earlier on. Well, Carmella actually started the match off.
Yeah, and then
And tagged
Natalya in pretty much immediately.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't think anything happened. Naomi and her were just facing off, and she tagged Natty in.
I think besides the end, I don't think Carmella was actually in the match. No, she was once.
Yeah,
I remember her being in once.
At one besides point, the beginning, that was it.
No, I think she tagged in and out once.
Oh, all right.
So it was Natalya who technically started the match. Then she tagged in once. Then she tagged out, and then after that, she wouldn't tag back in.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's how it went.
Yeah, so, yeah, right. Natty went for the tag, and Carmella dropped off the apron. And
then Natalya was getting beaten up. And then Ellsworth hands the briefcase to Carmella sitting on the outside, expecting that Natalya just gets finished off. But she ends up making it back to her. And when Carmella wasn't paying attention, she gets tagged in.
Yep.
And at that point, what was it? Becky like runs into the ring and attacks.
No, they were chasing each other at this point.
Okay.
And I think Natty threw Carmella into the ring, and that's when Becky grabbed her and hit her with the Bexploder.
Even though Becky wasn't the legal person.
Yeah. And then right after that, Naomi hit the split-legged moonsault, and that was the end of the match.
Yep. So Carmella ended up getting pinned.
Yep.
So
yeah, like you said, I think this whole Money in the Bank winner kind of works for Carmella.
Oh, yeah. Because this week she got a new attire, so now she's wearing a singlet with a big money sign on it, as opposed to her, like, money print pants. So, like, it makes sense for her to keep the Money in the Bank briefcase because it feels like that's going to just be her thing.
And to be fair, it's perfect for WWE because then they can be lazy and don't have to really write her any actual storylines.
And so far, it's been pretty...
It works.
Yeah, it's been working,
so.
Which is surprising because it wasn't really working with Corbin.
Not really.
So, but I guess when you have two people doing the same exact thing, one whose character fits the thing and one who doesn't, so it makes more sense for her to stick with it.
So, up next, we had Dasha interviewing the returning Dolph Ziggler. Apparently,
been on TV for a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. What was it?
Money in the Bank was probably the last time he was on TV.
No,
he might have had a match or two
afterwards. He had a match with Shinsuke, I think, like that the week after. I think.
But after that, he's
that
pretty much gone.
So apparently, he's reintroducing himself. And he says he's been watching a lot of Raw and SmackDown since he's been off TV, and he knows what it takes to be a star. And then he goes on this tirade about being a singing, dancing...
he pretty much just named every gimmick.
Robe-wearing, glow something.
Yeah. So,
and then,
whatever.
Yeah, it's basically, he said he's going to introduce the new gimmick next week.
He said he's going to be everything. So who
all
knows?
In one.
Who knows what the hell that means?
Maybe he'll show up on GFW.
How do you do that on SmackDown Live?
I don't know.
Dummy. All right, so...
he's not going to go anywhere.
Obviously not.
He's got to go.
Well, you think he should leave?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he can find
better homes. He'd be better off leaving.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that either party is going to insist on him leaving.
No. But yeah, definitely, he would definitely benefit from being elsewhere.
It's true. All right, so up next we have Alana and Tamina backstage segment where Tamina's mad because she still hasn't had a title match, and then Lana tells her next week the ravishing... a championship.
Her journey starts.
Yeah, her journey starts next week. And then she tells Tamina to close her eyes and picture all of the mean bullies that she's ever had to deal with and focus the anger.
Yep.
And then Tamina opens her eyes and then she gets mad, and then they say that it's she'll have a match next week.
I don't know. She just said that she's going to make Tamina the most feared woman on SmackDown Live. I don't think they...
So I guess she'll have a match.
Something.
So, but yeah, like we were saying when we were watching it kind of seems like, if booked correctly, and it seems like they're doing an okay job with it so far, that Tamina could be a convincing champion, more so than Natalya, probably.
Wow.
So,
I think they were just, kind of... throwing Natty a bone for a little while
I would
she's,
assume so.
done everything for the company and whatnot. Like you said, it's been over 2,000 days. Over 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the absence of Charlotte, you kind of...
Yeah, who knows how long she's going to be out and everything. So,
which is funny because she was out even before everything happened with Rick. It was a couple weeks.
Well, we also don't know exactly when everything started.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because it came to light at one point, but there's a chance that it started.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah.
So apparently next week everything's going to happen.
Yeah, it's odd. But, well, they did have 2 debuts.
Yeah, well.
So it's not like they pushed off everything. It's just I think they wanted to make everything evident or kind of like tease for next week while having other things happen this week.
It's not because like they started anything new.
Yeah, and I guess they finished the U.S. title picture, which is good.
Right. Yeah.
So...
Which, up next, we had another backstage segment. Can you see there was a trend here tonight?
Yeah, well, it's technically not so much a backstage segment because it was
an interaction that happened backstage.
Well, no, it was because Corbin just ran into Styles before Corbin went out to...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because he was right at the entrance. Like
was it right before
He was right before Gorilla.
Oh, okay.
Because his music hit while they were talking.
Oh, yeah,
and then he walked away and immediately came out.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, he's got new music.
Yeah, so
it
wasn't so much of a traditional backstage segment. It was more of a passing as they were going to enter.
Fair enough.
So.
But yeah, he basically tells AJ that him and Owens kind of have a deal, and then Styles says, "Well, when I win, you can enter the Open Challenge."
It's true.
So,
I don't know why he didn't think of that sooner.
Right.
Stupid Corbin.
Yep. And then we had the main event. So I don't know. The show kind of flowed fine, but it was like there was a lot that happened, but nothing happened in a little time. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was just weird.
It's not very often that stuff happens too much on TV, anyway.
No, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, nothing new really started.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a bad show. So
also, you got to remember the next pay-per-view is not for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's right. SmackDown skips a
very long time between pay-per-views.
Very good.
So there's a chance that they're just doing a slow burn, and they don't want to. Because if you start building stuff now, then you're gonna run out of ideas.
I completely forgot that they skipped over.
So if anything, they did it right by holding off on stuff.
Yeah.
So especially when you know you're gonna have Shinsuke and Jinder, you're better off keeping everything else.
Yeah.
Instead of having everything be the same thing.
Well, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So
that's gonna be tough because it's just gonna be the same old stuff over and over again. There's not much they can do here.
Yeah.
They've kind of made
Jinder's
character too one-dimensional.
I was going to say, they made it perfectly clear that that's the only thing he can do, unless for some reason they have him drop the title on SmackDown.
Right.
But that's probably not going to happen.
No. But yeah, so up next we had the AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens match with Baron Corbin as a special guest referee.
Yep.
So I guess in the beginning of the match, Corbin was kind of on Owens' side, just letting him get away with stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. He was very lenient.
Yeah.
There was no obvious bias, but he wasn't like interested in calling it 100% down the middle.
Yeah. 70-30.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
So
but yeah, so at one point AJ had Owens in the calf crusher, and Owens was kind of moving toward the rope, but not really.
Oh, yeah.
And he ended up getting like a finger on it and then falling off. And AJ kind of rolled Owens over into the middle ring and still had it on. And that's when Corbin got involved and kind of said, he touched the rope. And AJ was like, you have to grab the rope. You can't just touch it.
Yeah. He was like, not when I'm ref. He kept on saying, you have to listen to me. I'm the ref a lot. So apparently someone has an issue with...
I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah, I was going to say... with people listening to him.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Right.
Corbin doesn't seem like a guy that people would respect.
No. So you can see on Twitter.
Exactly. So
this is when AJ and Corbin started getting a little physical with each other.
Yeah, they pushed each other back and forth.
Yeah. At one point Corbin pushed AJ and Owens went for the roll up.
Yeah.
And
then Corbin went for a fast 2 count.
Yep. And then
but
AJ
kicked out.
Corbin got face to face, and that's when Owens went to roll him up again. And then at this point, I think this is when Shane comes out.
Yeah, because he's upset with the way it was going.
Yeah.
And then, so Corbin's being I guess, berated by Shane.
Yeah, he's like, let me do my job. And Shane's like, you're doing a terrible job.
Yeah. And then
They
he's like,
start
you're not even watching them.
Yeah.
I am watching everything they do.
Yeah, so they're arguing back and forth. And at this point, Owens low blows AJ.
Yes.
And that's when Shane was like, he just low blowed him.
Mm.
Or no, Corbin went in the ring to count.
Yeah.
And he counted, went for 3,
And then
but Shane
Shane
pulled him out.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when Corbin was like, screw this. I'm done.
Yeah.
Takes off the referee's shirt, throws it to Shane.
Mm.
Shane puts it on. He gets in the ring. AJ and Owens have a little back and forth. AJ gets the upper hand and hits a phenomenal forearm for the win.
Yep. So that means that Owens is done.
Yep. Owens is not a very happy man.
He looked like he was going to cry when he was
Did.
leaving.
So we figure Shane and Owens are gonna have something.
Yeah, well, whether it be an actual match or some kind of thing.
Yeah, I figure they'll keep it, kind of like
Hell in a
AJ.
Cell. They're going to have a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh yeah,
There's no way that doesn't happen.
crazy bastard.
Yeah. Assuming, of course, that is, in fact, the next pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Good job telling people fake news, Matt.
Hey, doesn't
Um,
matter what I say.
so where does AJ go from here?
Baron Corbin, remember?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Duh. They laid the groundwork right in front of our eyes.
It's true.
Owens and Shane. I mean, no Orton tonight.
No, but that's
No
fine.
Rusev, but he might have gotten his pink slip, right?
Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
That certainly wasn't a good...
Indication of any
Yeah.
positive things for his future.
Anytime you lose in 10 seconds to Randy Orton on a major pay-per-view is
Yeah.
not a good sign. Yeah, Hell in a Cell, October 8th.
Yeah.
Little Caesars Arena in Detroit,
then-
Michigan.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
How many,
I called it already.
I mean, I know we're quite some time away, but you think we're going to get 3 Hell in a Cell matches like we did last year?
You're gonna have that one.
Think
You're gonna
they'll
have
do
Jinder and Shinsuke,
Oh, man.
and
I
then
guess-
you very well could get AJ and whoever he's facing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, because what they did last year was the
Reigns and Rusev. Owens and Rollins.
Yeah. So it was
And
the undercard,
Sasha
the main
and
title. Oh, and the
Charlotte.
women's. There's no
Yeah.
way in hell Natalia or whoever is going to be doing
I see
it.
what you did there.
Yes. So unless maybe Tamina against Natalia,
No.
but
No.
like that would kind of make sense in a Hell in a Cell though.
I guess. I don't know. Well,
Or they'll just have 2, or
Mojo and Zack Ryder.
that's not going to happen. Anyway, so yeah, we got plenty of time to
That's
speculate.
true.
So let's just wrap this.
But yeah, not a bad show overall.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this was our SmackDown review.
Yes, if you liked what you saw here, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.